Okay, now I'm live, which is cool, I guess. I hope. Let me check the videos. I got 2 minutes to check. Ah, okay, I'm live. Hopefully. Okay, very good, very good. I hope you guys are doing well and enjoying this stream. This is going to be about ConjureSDF, which is an SDF modeling add-on. I've got still 1 minute till the stream officially supposed to start. So I am going to wait a little till I get into more details. Okay. Couple of seconds, and now, according to my computer's watch, it's 2 p.m. CET, so I can start the stream now. So in this stream we are going to use Blender 3.3 and ConjureSDF. ConjureSDF is a SDF modeling add-on. You can find the links in the description below where you can buy it. On Gumroad, it supports the purchasing power parity, which is really nice from the developer. And so if you are living in a poor country, you may have a discount from the price tag, which is cool. And I am on Ubuntu 24.10. And there is an important note here. Let me just share my screen. This is what we are going to create, this smog. So you should do these symlinks in order to make the meshing work. I am going to show you how the meshing works. There is a bit of a bug here, but that's not a big deal. Okay, and so what we are going to create, and by the way, the installation is very straightforward. Once you have downloaded the Blender 3.3 LTS version, you can download it from the Blender's download page. You just go for the LTS section and you can download it from there. You can install the add-on as per usual. Once you downloaded the zip, you just install from the zip file. And what you should do is in the preferences, you might interested in this script primitive scale checked, and you have to press install the modengl. Currently there is a problem with Linux because if I close Blender and open it, it forgets that it has already installed. So let me just install it real quickly. Okay, so that's done. So what we are going to create is this smog here. I created some mesh model for this smog, just the basic shape. Here is the rendered image of the practice I did for this live stream. So you may notice that this mug is around 9 centimeters by 9 centimeters, kind of. And sorry, I scaled it up 10 times because what I noticed that when one is modeling with SDF, I think you can model it up to scale, but in some cases you have to enter so low numbers that you're just going to get started at 0.00 whatever and 000 whatever. And so I decided that I'm going to just scale it up to 10 times, and this is what I'm going to model it. I placed this handle roughly here. There are some more details into this handle and more detail into this bottom, what we are going to create. And please notice that this is not as smooth as the mug. We are going to make the inside smoother, so this is not really just a simple solidify uh, creation, because the inside is much more smoother than the bottom will be. But that is no problem for us. So let's switch this to wire, because in this way that is going to be easy to model. When it's come to CSDF, what is worth noting that there is this switch vision button here, which makes the ConjureSDF uses this Conjure Vision render engine. But I prepared this file, so I already pressed this button, so I cannot show you that. And you can choose any kind of matcaps here. It is good because you cannot switch to wireframe if you are doing an SDF modeling, and you kind of have to rely on just the 3D solid view of the mesh. And since with ConjureSDF you can switch different matcaps, that's help a lot. So the first thing that you should do is create a CSDF root, and then you can let me just close this part and this part, so we have a much more better view of this scene, because this is where our objects are going to appear. And first, I'm not going to follow exactly the way I did my practice run, but I hope this is still going to work. My keyboard shortcuts are not visible. I do apologize that, but I don't think that I'm going to press them too much. And what I'm going to start with, I'm going to grab this by capsule, and okay, now finally it appeared, because I find that this might be a good shape for this bottom curvature. So let's decrease the outline like so, and let's increase up top, and let's scroll it down a bit. Shall I increase or decrease this? I'm just guessing here. It don't have to be perfect. Oh yeah, I kind of like this curvature here. And let's add a cylinder now. Let's move it up, GZ. And also, usually this ConjureSDF part of this panel usually is somewhere in the bottom, and you can drag it up or down with this control here. And it's practical if you put it up here. Here you can see what sort of Boolean operation do you want, what kind of blending do you want, strengths, bevel, stuff like that. And also now you can use this handle to adjust the scale. And I think in this case, I am not going to use any fancy stuff here with the blending, but I am going to make this a bit smaller because I wouldn't necessarily need this big. In fact, what I would like to do, the only difference that you can only scale from the middle, or the only difficulty with this, that you can only scale from the middle, which is kind of not ideal. I want the top to match, or you know what, it's not even a problem if it's a little smaller, because I'm going to add another primitive here anyway, which is going to match the top. And at this point, this bicap is going to be unioned with the cylinder here. And what I also like to do, let's duplicate this cylinder and let's give the exact radius that I want for this cap, and that is around 45 centimeters. I do apologize. GZ. I am going to match. You know what? Let's give the height 45 too. And I'm going to make this to be an intersect. And this doesn't work. Let's decrease the radius a bit. Yeah, this is kind of the shape I wanted, because now this cylinder cut it off the excess parts here. Obviously, we are not going to be so precise here with the measurements and stuff, but we are going to create a good approximation for this mug. And also, let's add a capped cone, and this is going to provide us GZ with this outer V shape that we've got going on. And I think I wanna decrease this bevel strength here, and also this setting is like the strength, like similar to the goop strength in WOMP actually. And let's just reduce the top radius to like 46 or so. Oh, someone is watching! Hello and welcome to the stream. I hope you are going to have a good time here. Let's check how does it look like with just that 0.01 is a bit too low. I think I am kind of like this, but maybe this is a bit too steep. Well, let's reduce the top radius a bit, and let's increase this. This might be a better fit for this outer shape here. Yeah, I think I kind of like this. Yeah, this is looking awesome. Now the next step, which I haven't done a too detailed version here, this side thingy where the handle is attached. So let's add that there. And for that, what I find, there is this capsule here. Let's move this aside. GX is what I'm pressing. Let's reduce the size quite a bit. Let's make it like 3. Oh, this might be a bit too much. And the height 15 GZ. It might work. Let's make it 16. Okay. And let's reduce the strength here. And yeah, I think I like this. Maybe later I'm going to attach it. Let's add a cube here under this capsule. Let's make it quite a bit smaller. And let's put it like so. And I don't need this to be beveled, because what I would like to do is to subtract this from the this capsule here. So I hope you guys can see it. This is, the grid has disappeared basically because this is a negative shape here. Let's put it in the X and let's reduce the strength to very low. And this is what I was talking about. Even though I am using 10 times the scale of the original object, I still have to type 0.01 for the strength and for beavers. So this is a bit weird, but maybe I am going to go with 0.02. And let's grab these two and move it into the X direction. And now it's nicely stuck on the surface of the mug. And now I think I am going to increase the size and lower it a bit. As you can see, the box is still large enough to remove the parts that I don't need here. Okay, what comes next is the handle of the mug. So let's add a cylinder. And now I am going to rotate it on the x-axis by 90 degrees. And I am going to decrease the radius like, I don't know, 4 centimeters. Oh, this might be a bit too small. Oh, sorry, I'm 10 times scale, so this is like 40 or 15. Oh, yes, 15 will be the right number. And obviously I need like 10 centimeters wide. Or let's make it 8. And the rounding, it should be 0.01, 0.02 maybe. Yeah, I think I kind of like this better. Let's just GX and check how this relates to this thing. Maybe I am going to Let's grab this capsule. I think I am going to make it a bit bigger. And let's check GX if it's kind of this. Let's reduce the radius a bit. GZ. Yeah, and maybe 7. Yeah, I think I like this better. You know what? Let's make a larger handle here. So let's grab this capsule here. Let's increase the height yet again. Maybe a bit more. And let's grab the cylinder, GZ, and let's make it 8 cent. This can be 7, the radius make it 15 or so. Okay, I think I kind of like this shape. Yeah, this might work. 16 maybe, okay. However, okay, let me just put up this cube here because it wasn't large enough to cut away the excess from this capsule. So, however, we need this handle to be hollow. So, let's shift this cylinder. And this is where the tricky part comes in, because unfortunately I cannot select 2 from this panel. So first I have to select this, then I select this, and I'm going to need to nest under the active, which means that this cylinder's is under this one, and this one is going to be a minus shape and GX, and obviously I need to make the diameter smaller, GX, and actually let me grab, this can be 0, and the X value, let's just copy this. Sorry, let's grab this, and let's grab this cylinder, and let's just copy this so that these are like in line with each other. I can increase it if I wanted to. And now I've got this nice hollow thing here. Let's grab both of them and move it to GX. And let's keep it like so. Is it looking nice enough? This might look nice enough. Let's go back and maybe how does it look if I reduce this? Oh yeah, I think I kind of like that with this thicker volume here. But I think now this capsule can be a bit wider. Perhaps just a tad. Let's make it 8. And let's make this 6. How does this look? Yeah, I kind of like these relations, and also the strength can be lowered. Let's make it 0.03. Okay. let's where is this capsule? Let's make it 7.5, and let's make it 6.5. Okay, let's make it 6, and yeah, I think this is okay like this. And let's move GX. Sorry, I can't select. Sorry. Let's make these non-selectable, and then I might be able to select what I want to select. Okay, and I think after all, I am going to make this a tad smaller. Yeah. I think I am liking this one. Okay. Now I can cut out the middle part, and what I'm going to do is to add, or more precisely, let's duplicate this cone and let's move it down, because I want this to be a negative shape, and I would like to reduce the radius of quite a bit, like 27, and let's reduce the top radius to like 42, and now I cut this one out, which is cool. And also I have a cylinder here, this one. Let's duplicate this guy, and let's first of all unnest it and move down here. And let's make the radius just 40, or 39 maybe. Not intersect, difference, okay. And what I have to do here is put it a bit at the top, and this one is going to have a bevel. Let's put it up so that, and make it a positive shape so that I am going to see what I am doing. So I should make this really large and set the bevel like so. I think this might fit the inside quite nice. So let's put it down like so, and let's hope that this is enough cut out. And you know what? Let's see. Oh yeah, if I move the cylinder up a bit, it looks nicer, the cutout. So I am going to keep that. And let's increase the strength a bit so that it's more round inside. Oh yeah, this looks nice, this inside shape. Yeah. Yeah, I cannot move this further down because maybe the bottom in this way is going to be thicker, but I think this is reflecting a better way this mug, basically. And now what we have to do is do these bottom cutouts, and that one is very easy too. Let me just add some cubes here and let me make it really narrow. And let's reduce the bevel for now. Let's move it down a bit. And there is this inset function here. This is too wide. Let's decrease it to like 2 centimeters. Oh no, I forget something. Before that, I need yet another cylinder. And you know what? Let's just shift this box. And let's just not show it now, just this one. What is super cool about this ConjureSDF that you can change the shape anytime you like. And you can work from there. And the inset type can stay, but let's increase the radius so that a nice edge stays there. Bevel, I think it's fine like that, but I think I might want to increase the radius of this. And let's just pull it down a bit. Yeah, let's make it 0.03. How does this look like? Yeah, I am kind of liking this. So now we got this bottom inset here. And now we can turn on this box here. And let's move it down. And let's decrease the depth like so. The bevel can be 0.01. Let's see how this is looking like. And maybe I should make it a bit more wider. Maybe even a bit more wider, but I don't need this. I need like 60 or 80. Yeah. I think this might end up a bit too wide. I think I am liking this. Now all I have to do is Shift D, duplicate this, and I can rotate it around the 3D cursor, it doesn't matter. RZ45, Shift D, RZ45, Shift D, RZ45. And now I've got all of these cuts at the bottom of this mug here. And what I also need, these little cuts at the sides. So what I'm going to do is let's grab the first box here, Shift D, and let's move it down, and let's save the file, and let's make it what was it? No, this trapezoid prism, basically. GX. Let's see in the positive form how does this look like. And let's oh, this one hasn't been rotated, but this has to be a bit different. And I think this needs to be rotated like 90 degrees. And I really have to make sure that the both at the top and the bottom are really tiny. I think I'm going to make the top with just 1 and the bottom with just 3. And I am going to reduce this height value and the length as well, even though the length doesn't really matter. So let's just move it like so, and let's just make it a negative shape. And let's rotate it, and not via the 3D cursor, but around the median printer. Let's rotate it around the y-axis, or y a bit more. And let's just put it like so, ry, I think, and maybe a bit less. Yeah, this looks nice, I think. Sorry, I should have moved on the x-axis. Yeah, it doesn't cut into the inner parts, I hope. Even though it looks like it might. Let's move it a bit further away. And let's reduce the strength to 0.2 maybe. Or maybe 0.1. Let's see how that looks like. Yeah. It looks fine, I guess. Maybe I should increase the bottom width just a bit. And maybe move it a bit further inside. Yeah. Yeah, I think I kind of like this one. And now all I have to do is just repeat this a couple of times and rotate it around the 3D cursor. So let's hit Shift D, RZ, and 45, Shift D, RZ, 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 45. And now I've got all of these lovely cuts on the side of the mug here. So this is the mug that we have ended up with. I think this is looking nice. Let me just check this cylinder that we cut it out from this shape. And I think I just reduced a bit the radius so that it looks nice. So the mug is basically ready. It just took a couple of objects. Let's save this. Now the only thing that has to be done is to generate the high poly mesh. And now we can add the bounce here. And you can reduce the size because it don't have to include everything. It's just this positive shape. Okay, now we have reduced it. And we have the density. I set it to 200. The default setting is 100. But let's just go with 150. Let's see how that goes. Generate high poly. Now we have this little progress indicator, and now we got some chunks here. And now we don't need to use the word mirror. Clean up mesh chunks. And now we got one chunk here, and this mesh has a voxel remesh, has a smooth modifier, and this smoothing iteration is going to be this repeat count, and the decimate ratio is what is going to appear in the decimate modifier. So we can let's just move this GX so we can see what we have here. It seems it kept these details here. So if I turn off the decimate and turn off the smooth, this is what I got from this voxel remesh basically. And I can play with this. The only thing I didn't like is this hard cut. I have to adjust some things just so that it doesn't appear. You know what? Let's check what can I do just to be like a perfectionist. And can I eliminate this hard line there? Yeah, let's check the mesh properties. So can I adjust the top radius here? Because it seems that okay. And if I use a 43, oh, that is perfect now. Perfect-ish, 43.1. Yeah. That is now appearing again. So maybe this is the sweet spot for this one. So I can let's just delete this. I can regenerate the high poly mesh. And clean up mesh chunks. GX, and now it's gone. So now this mug is absolutely perfect, I think, at least. And now I can go into edit mode and see this is what I've got here, quite a nice and lovely dense mesh. And I didn't plan to texture this mug. Actually, what I did, I created another Blender file. I appended just this mesh, and I added some ceramic texture and some simple background. I can show it here. Yes, this was my mug practice here. Oh, no, I haven't opened the mug render, sorry. But so I added just some infinite background and rendered it. So this is not really the subject of this video, so I'm not going to do that. However, I would like to show that you can do things in a different order, because in this file I started with the cylinder, added a bicapsule, and then intersected with a cylinder. And where is the... And also, yeah, I started with a cap cone. So basically, that was all. This is the thing that I did differently in this video comparing to the one I created here. And capsule, box, cylinder, and also, yeah, the nesting was a bit different here than what I did, because here, let me check the hierarchy here. No, it was similar, sorry. Yeah. So yeah, and this is how it looked like. This is the other difference I notice here. So this trapezoid uh, prism was set up like this. And this is a bit sharper, I think. Yeah, I turned off the bevel, yes. And the depth was like really small here. You can decide which one you prefer. But I think this is the end of this video, or live stream, I should say. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you want to, and if you are interested in more live streams about Blender or ConjureSDF, please let me know in the comments below. And see you in the next one. Bye for now.